All right, so today I'm going to be presenting a slide on the ginger root and with the dish of the chicken curry that I've never tried before. And I'm excited to try it because of how great and how potent it is in the Indian culture, and I wanted to be able to experience that. So, first off, the Indian heritage of ginger, it originated from the southern part of China, which is where the geographic location of where gingers were grown. And then by the 1 CE, the spice trade brought ginger to the Mediterranean and all through the countries in between those. So it's to this day, it's highly exported to the United States. However, it is solidified in Indian, Ethiopian, Nigerian, and Indonesian cultures because of how potent they were and how important those countries played in the spice trade. So the nutrient composition of ginger is that dry ginger has 1 tablespoon per serving. So that's what I'm using in the dish. I'm not using any fresh ginger. I'm using dry ginger, so I would like to incorporate that. So the calories is 4.8 calories, 0.05 grams of fat, 1.07 grams of carbohydrates, 0.11 grams of protein, and 0.12 grams of fiber. And now with this and all these great nutrient compositions, of course, it's a root. And so because of this, there's a lot less fat, a lot less protein, a lot more on the carbohydrates, and it has a good source of fiber in total if you eat a large amount of ginger. So on top of this, it has a lot of good minerals like vitamin C, magnesium, copper, vitamin B3, and B6. These help heart, brain, and lung functions to be able to help you out. Vitamin C helps your immune system. And then it has iron for your blood and phosphorus and zinc for your minerals for your plasma. So ginger has actually a lot of huge health benefits. It helps with nausea because of its anti-inflammatory and antioxidant effects, and helps to calm down and reduce stomach acid in the stomach. Furthermore, it helps with weight loss because of its added digestive effect, and it combats blood sugar and high blood pressure because of how potent its antioxidant effect is. And this is all from gingerol, which is a natural ginger oil that is produced in the ginger root that is very potent in helping preventing lipid oxidation. So it attaches a layer on top of the current cell lipids, and because of this layer helps to reduce inflammation from outside radicals, and it provides an antioxidant effect to preserve the current lipids in your cells. So the ginger root ripeness, you need to check for ripeness. And to do this, you have to make sure it's very shiny. If it's dull, it's not ripe, or it's overripe. So you want to have that nice shiny skin, that's really good. And if it's firm. If it's not firm, if any soft spots are present, it has likely gone bad or it is picked too early. If it has intensive discoloration, do not pick the ginger. And we don't want any pungent, if there's no pungent ginger smell, you don't want it. So if it smells very much like ginger, that is a good ginger, that is a ripe ginger, that will add a lot of flavor and a lot of depth into your dish. So for agriculture in seasonality, it's planted the first weekend in May. So in May, they start planting it around. It takes a while to grow because of a root, and so because of how the root system needs to develop for the ginger plant, it'll take around 6 months to grow. Furthermore, because of how unique it is in the altitude in southern China, it requires 1,500 meters of altitude to be able to grow fructitiously, to grow large ginger roots with a very potent flavor. They also grow in warm, humid environments because of its location next to the equator. And for green ginger that is ripened and harvested, it needs to be sold immediately. But however, for dry ginger, it needs to be cured and then soaked with lemon juice, 2% lemon juice concentration for a long time, and then dried all the way down into a fine powder. So for preparation, the recipe I used was from Cooking Classics. And so it's just right here. It's just the same copy and pasted recipe with the reference below to make sure that they're nice and even, and then I got the exact recipe that I use. And you can also look at the recipe in the reference page to show if you want the full length with all the ingredients. So what you need to do is mix the spices together, saute the onions, garlic, and ginger in a skillet. You want to make sure the onions are brown and a little bit of caramelized to add that depth of flavor. Then you add the chicken broth and tomatoes, and then you let simmer for a while. You let this simmer until it's a nice little broth, a little thicker, without adding any flour to make it thicker. Then you want to blend the mixture in a blender as directed, and then return to a skillet so that as a fine puree. After that, you season the sauce with the ginger root, the dried ginger root, and other spices, and then you want to add the cooked chicken. Tasting the dish was very spicy, and so I tried to make it as spicy as possible to make it as authentic, because from the dishes that I've tried, and I love spicy dishes, there has been always Indian cuisines that I've tried, not curry, but it was other similar dishes that was very, very hot. So I want to make it authentic as possible, and it was spicy. I really enjoyed how the onions, garlic, and ginger complement each other, where the onions gave it a sweeter flavor, the garlic gave it a tangy flavor, and the ginger was that zing that really just made it taste really good. And the dish was very fulfilling, and it was excellent taste. We'll definitely make again. So here's a picture of what I cooked, and the rice looks very good. I like it. It's very tasty. So comparison, it is culturally spread out wide overseas. It's a big base in many Indian and Chinese dishes that have it as just structured around ginger and how the ginger adds the taste of the dish, but is not as used in the United States, especially the Southern diet. So as you think of the United States diet, you think of high, heavy fast foods, a lot of mashed potatoes, beans, pulled pork, a lot of barbecue style. Ginger is not really used in any United States dish. But this differs a lot from Europe, where the Mediterranean utilized ginger in many dishes because of how the depth profile they added and because of their geographical history location being near the spice trade. And the Netherlands is the largest importer and trader of ginger in Europe. They very much use it in their dishes, which I was surprised to hear about, but I was very surprised that the Netherlands was utilizing ginger in their culture dishes. So here are the references, and yeah, thank you so much.